But I begin this hour with just the possibility that LeBron James understands standing pat, keeping the roster they have is not going to be good enough for the Lakers to try to repeat next year. So follow me on this. Anthony Davis is going to opt out, and then he's going to come back in and probably get, $240 million over 5 years. But then you start to look at the roster. Ty Lue's taking over the Clippers. The Clippers are going to be better, I think, maybe more cohesive from the standpoint of you're going to be out of the bubble. Ty Lue knows the team. He's being brought in to help with chemistry. And really, you start with Kawhi Leonard. The published reports about Kawhi Leonard is he's not a great teammate and was kind of on his own. Late for planes, he was kind of on his own time frame. You couldn't take him out unless he wanted to come out. There was also, games that he would sit out, load management here. So Ty Lue's got to go in and clean up a little bit of a mess. And you got Paul George situation. What do you do with the roster? And I look at Denver. Denver's not going to get worse. They're probably going to be better. Portland, if they're healthy, they're going to be better. I don't know what's going to happen with the Rockets, some of these other teams. Golden State, to me, is the team to beat going into next year, believe it or not. I just think if everybody's back, why would I not, why would I go against Golden State, given their track record there? And I think LeBron is looking at this. And that's why LeBron is looking at the following. He is setting his sights on Chris Paul. NBA executive said that wouldn't be surprised if they tried to zero in and get Chris Paul to the Lakers. I don't know what you have to give up, but you're going to have to give up some players. I don't know if Oklahoma City is going to give him up, but it feels like the Bucks and Knicks are interested in Chris Paul. So at least they're maybe listening to some offers. LA has a draft pick, a first-round pick, but you're going to have to give up quite a few players on the roster to be able to fit him in salary-wise there. I just don't think LeBron James is going to go, I'm good with this roster going into next season. I would think that Tristan Thompson might be somebody that they would look at, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think that there's possibilities of the Lakers adding somebody. The question is, what do you give up to get Chris Paul? And then how else do you fill out your roster here? Because, you got to have depth here. And they would lose significant depth if they're trading some of these players to Oklahoma City. But this is, just a possibility. DeMarcus Cousins is still out there. I don't know if he still has legal issues, but LeBron James he knows that the window is now. And if he can bring in a couple other players, you put Chris Paul on that roster, you make sure that he doesn't go to Milwaukee. Miami is going to be better, in the East. If Milwaukee got Chris Paul, they would be better. You got Doc Rivers with Philadelphia. Boston, maybe they're going to get it right and figure it out. It's a lot of talent, young talent there. There's a lot of different teams right now that are still poised to make that next step. And I think LeBron he's looking at barbarians at the gate. Like, they're coming, and I got to do something here. There is no way LeBron James goes, we're good right now. AD comes back. I got Caldwell Pope, I got Caruso, playoff Rondo, Kyle Kuzma. That ain't happening. Quinn Cook. They thought so much of Quinn Cook, the bus left the arena after they won the championship and left him there. They were like, hey, we forgot Quinn Cook. Yeah, keep going. They had to circle back and go get him. There is no way LeBron is going to go, I'm good. And I don't know what moves can be made, but also factor this in. His agency, Clutch Agency, who do they represent? That's always what I keep an eye on. How friendly can we make this work for both? Because a great deal for the Lakers is a great deal for LeBron James. This is about LeBron going in for the kill again. Hey, I got my title. That's not good enough. He knows that. He gets one more title, two more titles, then he knows, hey, I got a legitimate stamp on being the greatest player of all time. Whether you want to give it to him or not, he won't have to say, I want my damn respect. And I think that's why he's looking at his good buddy, Chris Paul. And if you bring in DeMarcus Cousins or Tristan Thompson and you ship off some of these players, they can somehow make it work with the salary cap. This is what LeBron James is. That's what I guarantee you. When that game ended, LeBron James was already thinking about next year. This is how, when Nick Saban or Dabo Swinney wins a title, soon the game ends, they get on the phone and start talking to recruits. Hey, you want to be part of this? That's what I would be shocked if LeBron is not doing that right now. And it's only 7 o'clock in the morning where he is. But I'm guessing. And you got a shorter offseason here. That turnaround, probably not having basketball till February. But make no mistake about it. And I was told this yesterday afternoon. Somebody who works for a team in the East said, hey, we worry about getting our team back to where it should be, but we are really worried that LeBron is going to go after some players. And he's going to build up that roster to be even more formidable here. But keep in mind what's going on here. These teams in the West, I don't know if Houston's any better. I don't know if they trade James Harden. I don't know if they trade Russell Westbrook. But I do think that Denver will be better. Portland will be better. Golden State definitely will be better. And I'm assuming that the Clippers, without being in the bubble and Ty Lue coming in, that they should be as good, if not better. Yeah, Paulie.
Golden State feels like a soccer team that gets relegated and then comes back. They went from 57 wins to 15. They were completely off the sports map this year. Completely. And it's like a gap year. You almost forget that they're instantly relevant when everyone's healthy next year.
But I think that's what people are forgetting about. Sure. Because when I said, hey, Golden State's the team to beat, you looked at me like, really?
It's because they're out of your mind.
Yes. But then you start to think, I still have that core. I'm good. I got the second pick overall in the draft. Golden State will be, I think, the team to beat. Unless LeBron, if he adds Chris Paul and or DeMarcus Cousins, Tristan Thompson, then the Lakers will be the team to beat. But I don't know what Vegas has. They probably have the Lakers and then the Clippers. I don't know where Golden State is there, but I would look at Golden State. Steph coming back, Klay Thompson coming back, Draymond Green.